Okay, hello and welcome to week 2 of the CCL. We're picking up pace with the recordings, and I think I should have all my matches recorded, if not uploaded, by the time we reach the playoffs. Spoilers: we are very likely to reach the playoffs at the time of recording, at least. Um, Okay, so last week we didn't do too well. This week I want to do well. So I look at Roger's team and I'm like, oh fuck, he has Hippo and Sand and scary stuff. I don't want Hippo and Sand, please don't bring them. And what do you know? He didn't. He just brought all the scary stuff, including this little Manaphy right there, who can set up and do stuff. This little Klefki, who is a bit of a trouble. Among Us kind of walls my team. Mega Caesar can do quite a lot of damage to a lot of my things as well. This thing outspeeds and kills quite a lot of stuff. I'm talking about the Ragu in case you don't see how my cursor is moving. And yeah, what I did for it is I brought a new, like there's a new behind this massive conch behind this that has Psych Up. So if Manaphy wants to start setting up, I can psych up, outspeed, and then, if not kill, deal massive damage. If I do manage to kill, then maybe I could get a sweep going. I don't know, I think I have the appropriate coverage. What do you call it? Conkelder with pretty standard assault vest, but no priority because I'm a scrub, and because I wanted coverage over things, you know. Then we have Heatran. It's specially offensive to a certain extent, it's specially defensive to another extent. It has a Sugar Berry to take Earth powers. I don't really think it takes banded earthquakes and strong shit like that, but it can take stuff for certain. And then we have a standard dot Azumarill. Or does it go the other way around? Anyway, it's a standard set, but it has a really tasty meme in the form of natural meme with Whatmore Berry, so that it can get a fire type attack and possibly kill things like the Among Us, the Mega Caesar, and the it's the mini Klefki, you know. Then we have Scarfed Lando because it's probably my only reliable way of dealing with a Raikou. And last but not least, we have the most standard of standard, specially defensive Ferrothorns with Leech Seed, with some attack investment to be able to marginally 2-hit KO bulky variant of Manaphy with Power Whip, assuming I don't get burned and I do hit both of them and he doesn't have any coverage moves to kill me. So yeah, that's the whole thing, and let's just. Last time I didn't commentate the game, this time I'm gonna try and do it. Bear with me, it's not a replay, so I cannot really pause at my will. I mean, I'll try to pause and talk about the plays, and I'll try to remember what the thought processes were, because that's so long ago, but, you know, disclaimer, it will probably be bad, but it has to be done, and even if it's bad, I'm gonna go with it. This is my first attempt. And this is what we're going to go with, so let's jump into the game. Okay, so I lead with the Lando as he leads with a Raikou. My thought process is, why would he lead with a Raikou? Because it's the fastest thing, it's the fastest thing, it outspeeds stuff. Then again, I'm a Scarfed Lando, so I'm going to take my chance in U-turn to just scout, because I can, like, since I'm leading with Lando, maybe he thinks that I'm scarfed as well, so he might want to switch. So it's good to have initiative. I don't want to predict too much on the first round, so I go for the U-turn, and I outspeed. He's not scarfed, which is cool, as he goes for the Hidden Power Ice, which is really good info to have. I went into my Heatran because it is pretty specially defensive, and it can deal with quite a lot of stuff. Even an Aura Sphere is not doing too much to it, so yeah. Now he switches into Hydreigon as I want to set up my rocks, because rocks are kind of helpful. It's not the most helpful thing against his team, but you know, rocks are rocks. In the meantime, I go into Azumarill. He goes for the sub and a flash cannon. I don't really feel that threatened because I'm max HP. And yeah, the thing is, I don't have Play Rough because I wanted to have Ice Punch for some more dragon coverage. Actually, I wanted to one-hit KO the something. No, I wanted to hit the Among Us as well because it's a bit of an issue. So he goes into Scissor, and I'm like, yes, is this the time? Is this the time? I'm just gonna go for another Ice Punch on the switch or the not switch if he wants to do things. In the meantime, Scissor kind of disappears for a moment before I go for the tasty. I mean, I take a superpower, yes, but I go for the tasty natural gift and I take him out. So yeah, that's a huge threat out of the way, and this was probably the first time in the league that I actually felt like, yes, man, you planned well, you planned really well, and it kind of pays off, right? He goes into Manaphy, he is going to go for the Energy Ball. I wanna believe that I predicted that and I switched into Pharaoh. I don't know, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And I see the Tail Glow. Tail Glow is really threatening, so I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave, just in case he was a speedy variant. So if he was the speedy variant, then I could just easily go in with Mew, take a hit, and then outspeed and kill. But turns out he has a Lumberry, which is less than ideal, and on top of that he has the hidden power of Fire, I suppose. I didn't really ask him, but I suppose it's Fire. I go into the Mew and he switches out, which is kind of puzzling for me. I don't know what he was expecting. He goes into Hydreigon, right? I go for the Psych Up. He has the Hydreigon, right? I mean, I suppose I could have the Dazzling Gleam, and that's why he switched into the Klefki. But even if I did have the Dazzling Gleam, I don't think I KO'd, and a Dark Pulse from a Hydreigon that is, I think, leftovers at this moment. I have seen the lefties. It's still threatening, so I'm not gonna stay in with a Mew on a Hydreigon. So I'm going to switch into my Heatran, who that is a bit of an answer to pretty much everything. Let's be honest, I didn't predict the Klefki before, so there's that. I go into Heatran, he switches back into his Hydreigon, and I go for the Magma Storm, and I actually hit it, which is fantastic. It does 30, it does a really decent chunklet, and with the residual damage, Dark Pulse does a shit ton to me. I brought Ancient Power because he has a Volcarona and it's really threatening, but it was also my most accurate and my strongest move to hit the Hydreigon, and thankfully, with the residual, I'm able to take this threat out. If he had Roost, I think he had Roost. I'd like him to confirm if he ever watches this video, but I think I asked him after the game. He did have the Roost, and that could be really bad for me. Although I did have a Drain Punch Conkeldurr just chilling at the back, but you never know, you just never know. He goes into Manaphy, I go into Mew. I'm just gonna keep clicking Psych Up because I can see how Tail Glow and overpowering things is his play. I don't think that I'm able. Can I rewind? Can I rewind? I think I can. Yeah, Manaphy goes first. So this tells me that if he's not max speed, he's 252 speed at least, and I don't know about his nature. So that kind of has me worried because I needed to outspeed while doing the Psych Up shenanigans. He gets the burn. I have a Lumberry as well, and he gets burned, which is really nice. He goes for the Tail Glow. At this moment, I'm like Psyshock kind of 2-hit KOs at this moment, so yeah, and I end up winning the last speed tie, which is also unfortunate for Roger because he thought he outsped. Yeah, so now he goes into his Raikou. I'm just gonna Keep firing up Psyshocks, I believe, as he goes into his Klefki. No, I do the good play and I go for the soft-boiled, right? I have the flamethrower because I'm obviously really scared of things that are afraid of fire. He goes for the Thunder Wave, that's fine. I get fully parried, that's also fine. He gets parried, he doesn't get fully parried, but I get a crit, so if that doesn't work in my favor, at least it cancels out the kind of haxiness that occurred. But at this moment, I was already luckier. I felt like I planned quite well and I executed things quite well. This crit didn't really matter. Like, I wasn't going to do anything with Mew. It's just a differential thing. And now I go into the heat run. I go for a Magma Storm, and it doesn't kill. As he goes for the Spore. So this shouldn't have been a problem at all. Because the good play would be to just go into the Conkeldurr, just take anything, even a Thunderbolt, and hope that I don't get parried, and hope that I can get a hit after taking another hit, right? But instead, I go into my Landorus as he goes for the really nice Hidden Power Ice, and it's a 3-0 when it could have been at least a 4-0. But that's it. I feel like we both played well. I kind of had the hacks on my side. It was a really enjoyable game. Thanks, Roger. And yeah, at this moment we're 1-1. And next week we play Joe and Pittsburgh Steelix, who had a bit of a defeat week 2 against the Colorado Stealth Rockies, so he would probably want to bounce back from this, and yeah, I'm kind of scared, but we'll see how it all goes, right? Okay, so that's the game. I hope it's decently commentated, because I'm going with it, I'm uploading it, so I hope to see you next time, and until then, have fun with your life, I suppose, right? Το σταμάτησα τη μαλακία.